Hey, I'm Ken.
And I'm LeighAnn.
And this journey's with Ken and LeighAnn.
Okay, so we're standing in the open space of the house. This week for work, I had to be at Sherwin-Williams, and while I was there and they were mixing up some paint that we needed for the art gallery, they were telling me about this really cool app that they have called Color Snap. And they said I could literally like take a picture of a wall and scan in the color to what I want it to be, and I haven't tried this yet, so I'll let you know how it works, and it would show me what that wall is going to look like. So I have all these like America's Heritage, which kind of goes with my earth tone colors, but all these different colors like faded burlap, I don't know. I know that this crisp linen is going to be used somewhere. I'm going to try it out, so watch this. Once I actually put in a Sherwin-Williams paint number and not one from another store. So that's cool. So now I've got to figure out how to do it in the dark spaces without turning on lights because we don't have lights yet.
All right, so there you have it. She got her pictures. The apps did not work as well as we would think they would.
I'm not going to judge them yet or rate them yet. I'll be back tomorrow to meet with another cabinet guy to get another price, and I think maybe some painters are going to be here tomorrow.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see.
So,
and the roofers may be here tomorrow if it's not as windy. There's a couple things they gotta do with the roof. The felt that or not the felt, but the Tyvek basically that goes on the roof. They cut it at the peak, but they didn't cut it back, and
so it sounds like a motorboat.
It sounds like a motorboat going on. So they got to come in and cut that out.
So the kids' bedroom's done. The closet off the bridge is done with the primer. Grandkids' walk-in closet's done. My prayer room is done, and the ceiling over the bridge is done. The linen closet is done. We still have to do the upstairs bathroom, and most of the guest bedroom is not quite done, but the ceiling is in part of the wall. So
now, when she means done, she means with primer.
Just with primer.
We still got a long way to go to paint the house.
I know, but we're closer, and we're by done. I mean, we're done enough that I can start using that Color Snap app and see what I want.
All right, so all that paint stuff we just looked at. Now LeighAnn has to leave town, so she may not be able to do the color app for it. So we thought we'd stop the video right here and just discuss what we just had a meeting about with Rick.
Right, so I came out a couple of times this week, and of course again we've had rain and really cold temperatures, and so I never caught the painters here. Was hoping to kind of catch them here, hoping they were going to be able to come in and finish priming so that I could use the Color Snap app at Sherwin-Williams. Now I'm going out of town for a week for work, and don't know if I'm going to get to use it or not. I will say that I've used it some just playing around with other walls, not in the house. I absolutely love the Color Snap app, so if you're looking at repainting a wall, I would definitely recommend it. But we met with Rick this morning. I've picked my colors out already, meeting with some of the staff at Sherwin-Williams, so shout out to Gaffney's Sherwin-Williams. They were great. Gave me the kind of color themes I was looking for and showed me a book that really had exactly what I wanted in it.
Yeah. So, well, if you want to talk about each one and what you're going to do with it, I'll put a little swath right up over here.
So, okay, so we actually had a kind of natural colors like book here, and it absolutely pegged what I want for our look. So we've changed our window casing to where we're going to actually use an urbane bronze color, and I'm not going to do accent color walls, so I'm going to have some shiplap walls, and we've got brick of course around the fireplace, then with this dark trim, but just the beauty of the house, and we just discussed this with Rick. We met him out here this morning to kind of go through any decisions that might need to be made while I'm gone. Yeah. And the house really speaks for itself. So our antique lighting and just the trim and color, we're going to stick with just a solid alabaster kind of cream color. We're going to do an aged white color for the cabinet, so that's going to tie in real well, but stay with those neutral tones.
Kind of an antique white color.
Yeah, it's really a cream, the aged white, more than the antique white. I saw the antique white and I was like, oh, this is going to be it. But no, the aged white really gives it that older look, and it's not distressed, but a very pretty color, so I can't wait to see how it's going to turn out.
Good. we also talked about the railings for our stairs and up on the bridge that goes across from the 2 bedrooms upstairs.
Right. Rick took that book with him, so I can't show you. We had contemplated we're definitely going to use a rough cut wood
Rough
beam.
cut lumber beam. It's going to be a 2x6 or 2x6
Yeah.
on the bridge, top of the bridge, and on the other side of the bridge where it comes to up the stairs. Going down, the railings are going to be an oak, and we might beat them up a little bit and then stain them a darker color. So originally we had thought about using rebar for our pillars for the railing.
Right.
But as looking through the book, for the same amount, we are going to go ahead and get the twisted square
There's
style.
some rails that are square, like 1 inch by 1, and they have a twist in them that kind of gives that rebar look, but they already come in the black finish, so we don't have to, then treat the rebar and paint it.
It has that same basic look as a rebar, but with the rebar, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get the rebar, you're going to have to cut it, you're going to have to take a brush and brush it off because it's got the little flakes and stuff that are still on there, and then they're going to have to prime them and then paint them. So it'll all come out about the same amount within our budget. So
Right. So this will be a lot less work for the guys. They'll appreciate that and still give the same look that we're wanting to go with. We also picked out just a basic handrail because to be with code, we have to have a grippable.
it has to be grippable, yeah.
Right, a grippable handrail. And so we can't use the rough cut lumber there, but we can do a look that really complements that rough cut lumber and give us that look that we want down the stairs. So really excited about that. You and Rick actually changed my mind about something.
About the windows. The windows that are up
yeah.
high, right here, I'll show a quick picture of those right here. LeighAnn had originally looked at those and where they would just drywall around the corner and put a bead up, and it would be a window like that. Rick had pictured having the framing them out, casing them out.
Trim.
I agree with Rick. I told her that before Rick said anything today about it, but I agree with Rick. I think it gives it that old-timey look.
So
if you use the drywall and wrap around, I think it gives it more of a trailer park kind of feel. No offense to any of my trailer park buddies out there, but
Right, and Rick said the same thing, so immediately I let them win.
so
I could have won, but I let them win. Also, right now we're sitting in our screened-in porch to be.
yeah, and they've got the vinyl done, and I'll show some pictures of that and them working on it and coming around the corner.
So the ceiling under the porch is almost completely done all the way around the house and looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Glad we started to go with an open ceiling concept. Really glad that we chose to do the vinyl ceiling under here. It's going to hopefully keep those bees and wasps and yellow jackets and stuff away so that it looks really crisp and nice. Cabinet guys, we're still waiting on a quote. One more quote to come in on the cabinets, and then we'll be ready to move on that. And Rick said we're probably a couple weeks out. We've got a lot of finish work still to be done. So
we're about 4 to 6 weeks out. Not holding that date because
I'm watching interest rates, so I want that date. There's still several things to be done. The plumber's been back out this week. The electrician's been out a little bit this week. Still a little bit more to be done there. We're ready to start to pull permanent power to the house.
Yep.
And
should maybe next week if we can.
Right. Ready to get some appliances delivered to the property, soon to go in the house. The flooring guy, we haven't talked about the flooring. You want to talk about the transition a little bit?
Okay, we are doing a laminate flooring. No matter what kind of flooring you do, really, if you do a certain amount of distance from one wall to the other, some say 40 feet, some say 30, but anything over 30 feet, you're supposed to have a transition in. Well, our great room is a little over 30 feet, isn't it?
No, it's actually a little less than 30.
Okay.
So that's why I kind of am arguing that transition, because the whole house is only 42 feet wide, and the bedroom is 15 of that. Okay. So that puts us down to about 27.
We will not have a transition in the middle of the floor. That's not going to happen. But they said any casing under 48 inches, 4 feet, must have a transition. Well, our foyer wall or foyer door that goes in is 44 inches.
Right, and it's actually not a door. It's literally
a casing.
It's an opening. There's no door there, so we don't want to transition there. It looks like we are going to have to, in order to stay within warranty, and so we're getting a Pergo Wet Protect, and it's going throughout the house. This is something that can be used in bathrooms and such. So we really like, it's a barnwood floor. It's great. The reviews are great with animals, and of course we have our 2 pups, and so this is the floor that we love. And in order to stay with the warranties and everything, we're going to have to use the right padding, or whatever you call the underlayment. Underlayment of that floor, and then do those transitions. So in the doorways, we will have to have some transitions. We were hoping to go completely transitionless.
Now, if you don't use transitions, the floor has a probability that it will buckle. Okay, because the longer a spans of any flooring, the more risk you have to it buckling. Okay, it's a floating floor; it's got to be able to move, and that's what the transitions do. It helps it move. But the transitions they're going to use are going to be 1/4 or 1/8 inch. 1/8 inch. So they're going to be small, but they're still going to be there.
Right. As long as my little robotic vacuum cleaner can get over it and still clean my floors, I'm good. He doesn't like the look of it so much, but as long as I don't have to do Mariah's work, as long as she can still clean my floors, I'm good.
Yeah.
So as you can see, lots and lots of things have happened this week, and a lot of things to be happening. Are happening.
She gets to leave, so.
This time I get to leave.
Yes, you get to leave this time.
Every time he has left me, something's happened. So let's see what happens this week that he has to make decisions on. How many times will he call me?
I don't make decisions. I call her. So. All right. Well, if this is your first time here, head on down, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and please share the video. It helps us out.
And be sure that you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Journeys with Ken and LeighAnn. We're about to run to Lowe's and see if we can pick out some tile for a bathroom. That might post on our social media pages before this video is released.
All right, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoy the journey. I'm here for more support. Go ahead, baby.
More support or more?
More support, damn it. Don't make fun of the way I talk. It's the way I talk. I got it from my daddy. Go ahead.
Ooh, this place is going to echo.
Yeah.
You will never be able to yell at me. I'll cry.
I don't ever yell at you.
Oh, I know, but I mean, just be sure.
Ken's great.
LeighAnn's better.
What?
Stop.
Okay.